After 1 day gap, 1 or 2 days, because of some holiday and some internet problem, we are again here for the analysis of some another component of media with reference to the Indian situation and the historical aspect. History, as I have said earlier, that starts from the last decade of the 18th century. And in India, the use of press for the purpose of the publication of newspaper started from the West Bengal, because of the region, as you have seen, that the newspaper and the information through the media is one of the essential part of knowledge and information. It is a power, it is a tool. It fulfills the basic need and desire, curiosity of human being to be a social animal. One wants to get the information from other corner of the society, and that information can be received or imparted only by means of newspaper. Earlier it was not such type of the system as it is existing at present. Therefore, media in India, there is a background and history. And you have seen that when in Calcutta, the one of the paper known as Gazette, in the year 1780, month of November, it has published. Only 2 pages are there. And the purpose, when I have left on the that aspect, perhaps on Wednesday or Tuesday, that because of the commercial relationship. And I have also told that the presidency towns were there, and you might be aware about this presidency town. And the Britishers started their business from the Calcutta, Madras, and Bombay. The people of the Calcutta, West Bengal, were very wise people because of their study, their habit to read. And they have started the paper, as you have seen, of this 1780. But gradually, it has been started in other places also. And these places, if you will see the Bombay Gazette, another was published in the Bombay. This was also the presidency town. Bombay was also the presidency town of 1791. After this 11 years, when the Calcutta Gazette published in Calcutta for the purpose of the commercial relationship and the information transmitted from one corner to another corner, in the same way in another presidency town in the year 1791, and name of that paper was Bombay Gazette. And then after that, there is no history of the paper as published in the Madras. But in Calcutta, another paper published in the year 1811, known as Calcutta Chronicle. Calcutta Chronicle, 1811. First was published in the year 1780. Madras Gazette published in the 1791, and after that the another published in the Calcutta, which has name known as the 1811 Calcutta Chronicle. And then yes, in between this 1811, after the 791, one paper it has published in Madras. That was the year of 1796. Then if you will see, the purpose of these papers were the commercial relationship, to increase the commercial and business in the presidency down, and that was the 1796 Madras. And the Madras counter, it was the name of the Madras counter. And the history of the Bengal, most papers published in the Bengal, and these papers were known in the various names. Bengal, and then Bengal means the Calcutta, Madras, Bombay, and then Madras. In these towns, the publication was there of the newspaper, and one can trace out what was the object of these papers. These basic object was these papers was to advertise the basically the information relating to the commerce and business, because the first paper was related to the advertisement, and that advertisement was related to the business. These were this is the history of the newspaper, which has started from the Calcutta, Bombay, and Madras. Then gradually, as I have said, the 1811, another paper published in the Calcutta also, and this was known the Calcutta Chronicle. It means the origin of the paper as a media and a use of press started from the metropolitan cities, which were known at that time the basically metropolitan city or presidency town. And the purpose was to work and to give information about the business and commercial affairs related to the company. That was the basic purpose. But some part of these papers were related to the information. And if that information was against the basically the affairs of the British government, and there was censorship on these papers. And who was the Hickey in Bengal Gazette, when it has started 1780, and later on the case was initiated against him on the May 30th 1826, and that was the basically the conviction was declared against the editor of the paper. That is the history. Censorship, most censorship was there, and limited expression was there. Speech, expression, and speak was not there, just like the system of the American. That was not there, because Britishers were here in India, and their purpose was to run the business and to get the benefit by publishing the paper and by giving the advertisement in the paper. That was the basic object at that time. But later on, history says that in the 19th century, 19th century means in the after this 1800, and a Vernacular Press Act was passed 1876. But before that, 1857, Journal of Commerce it has published. Journal of Commerce it has published, and the first edition of this paper was in 1857. Later on, in 1868, Amrit Bazar. You might be heard the Amrit Bazar when we were studying here in Almora. We have seen one board on the Mall Road, and there was the office of the Amrit Bazar. Perhaps it might be the litigation of this one. And up to the 2000, we have seen the office not on the signboard on the office of Amrit Bazar. It has started in the year 1800, 1868, the first edition of Times of India. It was the first edition of Times of India, which is today is going to be published, and its name of earlier the Amrit Bajar, 1860. As I have told you, the Vernacular Press Act, it has enacted in 1876 and later on amended in the year 1861. There is the history of that one. And you might be at present see and read the good paper, which there are the good articles, research papers, legal analysis, and a very good uh, and attractive English language is there. That is known as the Hindu. And the Hindu was started in the year of 1878. And in this way, some before this, that Hindu, Amrit Bajar, and the initial name of Times of India, some other papers published by some freedom fighters. And these papers were totally different from the other papers. Other papers means where there was the purpose of the running and carrying the business by the persons. And this was not the some other papers which were publishing by the freedom fighter, like the Raja Ram Mohan Rai. Raja Ram Mohan Rai also tried to publish one paper, and that was the Sambad Kaumudi. It was in the Bengali language, and that has published. Raja Ram Mohan Rai, you are very much aware about the affairs of Raja Ram Mohan Rai. He was the social reformer and established this one special kind of society for the basic awareness and to remove some basic customs which were against the civilized principles. He has removed, and he has started the movement against these one, and through the ideology published in the paper. Then the another paper published in 1822, that was the Persian paper, and Marital ul Akbar. Its name was in India Marital ul Akbar. And that these papers, but if you will see that Mahatma Gandhi also some published the paper. Harijan is the famous paper, and the another papers are related to the My Dream of India and the New India. These papers played a vital role for the development of this civilized system in India, and to raise the voice against the Britishers, and to call the people to include and to join the freedom movement. That these were the also the paper. This is the history. But at present, we will see after the independence, there is some aspect related to the law, and the most relevant portion is that is the Press Council Act 1978. We will go through the one by one of that one. But before that, one relevant aspect is also there, which is related to the international some legal instruments. And what are these legal instruments? It should be in your mind, because searching is one of the habit of the student, means the person who is studying the law. Searching, that is one of the habit of the that student or studying the law. Another aspect is some focus should be given by the teacher also on that area or on these areas, so that the one can search, may I see that what are the other aspect. And these are the aspect are international laws. These are the international system. And a most relevant aspect as a right, free press, impartial press, and freedom of press. There is the UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights. As we have discussed the various aspect of this UDHR in the first semester. Again, just I am repeating that aspect before entering into the another component of the freedom of speech in India. That is the Article 90. Article 19 of Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. And this is the year of the, after the 1 year, because the UDHR came into force from the date 10th December 1948. And India became independence on the 15th August 1947. It means the after the at least the 1 year, 4 months, near about, it has framed the Universal Declaration, and that declaration was related to the human rights. And the human right as a part, you have seen that everyone want to know, everyone want to get the information, everyone's curiosity is what is going on in the society, because we have said and we have seen that the human being is a social animal, and the persons who have no much work related to, who have no much work related to this one, uh, the own work, who have no much work related to their own work, and they have, both are on, why he is sending it, the both are the who have no work, only their curiosity is to say what the X is doing, what the Y is doing, because this is a natural, and everyone want to, according to his and her level, according to their own society, according to their own system of the that social environment, want to discuss something about another person, not the something own habit, but he will say that what X has done, what Y has done, and in the wider level, he will say what the is doing on in the China or in USA, in other countries, Argentina, Australia, Canada, depends on the level. But this is a system of curiosity to know about the what is going on in surrounding of we people. Therefore, my point is why I have cited this natural habit of the human being, because of the reason, as I'm just entering into the UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights, and that UDHR is a compact document prepared by the international community for all the member states of the, basically of the member states of United Nations. This is there. And if it has prepared for all the member states of the United Nations, then certainly the source of this freedom of speech, expression, press and media. Media World War is written under Article 19 of the UDHR, and it is applicable in the Indian society also. And what it said that there are two articles. Article 19 in both the places. In the one place, 1948, that is called the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which has came into force from the 10th December 1948. Another is related to the Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, and that has prepared in the year 1966, but came into force by the 1976. Perhaps there will be the date of the month of September 23 like this, and after the 10 year. But the declaration came into existence immediately as it had adopted by the General Assembly of the United Nations. This is the point. But our point is, what is the word for the purpose of this media or press under this Article 19? Just I am quoting the language of the 19, if you will see, of UDHR. Both the places, Article 19 very easy. In Indian Constitution, Article 19. UDHR, Article 19. Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, that is the 19. And it is very easy to keep in the mind that there in three places, there is the Article 19, which is related to the media. And what it said, that UDHR, Universal Declaration of Human Rights of 1948, it says that everyone has the right to freedom of opinion. Opinion word is not written under Article 19(1)(a) of the Indian Constitution. It is extra word, opinion. Second is the expression. Expression is written there. under the Indian Constitution. In place of opinion, there is a word to speech. And in the American Constitution and First Amendment, you might be seen, we have discussed a lot about it. One lecture and two lecture was delivered about the American Constitution, who has drafted, and what are the component facets, what are the integrants of the First Amendment, and what are the cases decided by the Supreme Court of America. That we have already discussed. But here we are correlating the international system and the history of the press and media and speech and expression related to the press, right, freedom of press in India. Then Article 19 of the UDHR, extra word is there, that is the opinion. But in place of opinion, in our constitution, there is a word speech, and then expression is the same. Then hyphen, there is a. This right includes, it includes opinion and expression, includes speech and expressions, not includes anything directly. In India, only there are two words under 19, 1A, but in the UDHR, it includes. It means opinion is one of the word, expression is another word, and it includes the freedom to hold opinion, to keep it, and to own opinion. And own opinion, that normally if a person will express it, then opinion will come out from the in the form of thoughts. Earlier it was thought. Whenever it will be expressed, it will become the opinion related to the particular matter. Just like you might be seen in the Amar Ujala news today, I have published one news relating to the new university, and that is that may be available with you. It is an opinion, it is a legal opinion, and that is the analysis of the opinion, and that is the human right. That is the human right of everyone, according to the UDHR and according to the constitution and according to the provision of the other statutory laws. And this says that it is the opinion without interference and to see. There is no exception under the UDHR. No exception is there, without any interference. Just like the provision of where? Just like a provision of, yes, any student can give the answer. There is no exception under the UDHR under Article 19 relating to the speech, relating to the opinion and expression. And word written without interference means no exception is there. Any student tell me where is this provision is equal to which provisions of which country? This provision is equal to the provisions of the First Amendment of USA. Because there is no exception. Here under the UDHR, under Article 19, there is no exception. There is no exception without interference and seek, receive, impart information. Because natural phenomena, it is a natural desire, it is a natural curiosity, it is a natural quality on the human being, and ideas through any media. Media word is here, press word is here under the First Amendment of USA, and media word is here through any media and regardless of frontiers. Regardless of frontiers. No barricading is there. No interference is there. And it includes the opinion. It includes to receive and impart, to give to another person, and to provide it, and information. It is also the source of right to information, as discussed the various writers and the persons who have such type of the habit to read and to study all these things. And it is the source of the media, because the media word is written here under Article 19 of the UDHR. Only these thoughts, only these opinions, only the expression, only receiving of information, only imparting the information can be fulfilled, or it is being fulfilled, and it through the media only, and without the any regardless of any frontiers. That is the UDHR. One question or various questions may be there because of if one will apply the mind. The question which says that about the the legal sanctity, legal authenticity, legal bindingness of this declaration. As I have said at that time, when we have seen the some relevant portion of this UDHR, when we were discussing the course of LLM first semester. It is a declaration, and a declaration means it is a one-sided declaration. Declared by whom? Declared by, if you will see the preamble of this one, this preamble says that adopted, proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly. It is declared and proclaimed and adopted by the General Assembly. It means in this declaration there are, of course, the persons who are accepting these provisions, but it is not just like a convention. It is not just like a covenant. It is not just like an agreement as the part of the international law, but it is the declaration, the indication as given. And today, basically, I will take only this class of the 40 and 45 minutes, but some relevant points are there. We have the time, and your date is also declared for the examination also. And in the portal, your internal marks are going to be entered. This is the information for you people also. Please don't be lazy and start your study of revision. And most of the portions what we are discussing about it, these are the same as in the first semester's course, but secularism other portions are there, and go through that one. And other chapters, please, media and other also, there is the constitutional federalism in detail study should be there with the support of some case law. And continuously please do your study so that you will get the good marks. Because of this pandemic, COVID-19, the student direct physical lectures were not there, but you all are the matured, and in 19 students have been joined, but some has due to the some problem left it. All the student I have seen, they are very matured and they can write in a good manner, and there will not be any problem. And increase your writing speed at home also. You have time, because in the month of August the examination will start, and your examination will be in the DSB Nainital, and it has asked by the authority. Then Suresh Pandey is taking this task in the full swim, and you can contact with the Suresh Pandey for that purpose. And this is the aspect which says that it has adopted by the General Assembly, and it is one-sided declaration for the member states to adopt these provisions of the declaration. And there are, if you will see, the mostly the articles which are related to the 30 articles are there, and 29 and 30 is the duty that I have discussed, because the UDHR instrument should be in your mind, because please, you are the student of LLM. And the 19 is related to the media. The media word is used under the 19 UDHR, because the expression, opinion, receive, information, impart of this information can only be fulfilled through the media, regardless of frontiers, without any interference. 3 and 4 points are very clear, and these points are the words used: opinion and the information, impart and receive, and apart, no interference is there regardless of the frontier. So that should be in your mind. In Hindi, there will not be any problem, without any interference, without any hastakshep, without any the apwad, there, that can be exercised as a human right, because its name is, it is a universal declaration of human right. It means the use of media is a human right. The question may be asked, do you know whether this is a part of human rights? If it has, suppose not ask, give one caption in the examination in heading and write down the one paragraph or the 1.5 paragraph by quoting the international law in this reference, and you will get the very good marks, because in the this internal marks also we also gave the good marks above the 55 and 60%, and some student got near about 70-75% marks out of 15 and 10 total. There are very good marks, and I hope that in the external examinations, your external examinations will be there. But that is the part which I have said. My another point, as what you will read at home, that is related to the article 19 of the covenant, the international covenant on civil and political rights, article 19. But under the article 19 there are some exceptions. That is the international covenant on civil and political rights, article 19. There are exceptions, but under the declaration there is no exception, no interference, it has written. And regardless frontier word is written, it means there is nothing to do with imposing any kind of limitation at the time of the exercising the opinion, express information, and to receive it. There is, but what are the, every word more or less is the same. Everyone shall have the right to hold an opinion without interference. There are under this 19 International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, there are 3 clauses, and clause 3 is divided into 2 parts, A and B. And clause number 1 says that everyone shall have the right to hold an opinion without interference. Or similar, it is similar, not the same, as written under article 19 of the UDHR. Opinion word is there, and that opinion is not in other places, but there is the similarity under article 19 and 19 UDHR and 19 the covenant, international covenant on the civil and political rights, and without interference. This is clause 1. But the clause 2 and 3, these clauses are the restriction and the indirectly you can say the exception of clause 1. It says that everyone shall have the right to freedom of expression. Expression is not written under clause 1. The only word is there, and that is the opinion without interference. Expression is written, opinion, the medium of opinion is to express by mouth or by writing, by indication, by giving some other kind of the communication means to another person. It is a expression. And this right shall include freedom to seek, receive, impart information, idea of all kinds, and regardless of frontiers, either orally, in writing, or in print. Print, here is the word print. Print word is not written under article 19 of UDHR. The means is either to spoken orally, or writing, or print in form of art through any other media of his choice. Clause 2, very wide clause of civil and political rights, says that everyone have the freedom of expression, which includes the seek, receive, impart information. Seek, receive, impart information, and idea of all kind, any kind of idea, regardless of the frontier, either orally, writing, or print in form of art, and or through any media of his choice, whatever you want. Clause 2 is very wide. But see the 3. The exercise of rights provided for in paragraph 2 of this article carries with it special duties and responsibility. It may be therefore subject to certain restriction. In clause 2 says that regardless of frontiers, and 1 says that without interference, opinion is there. Expression is world written under article 19 clause 2. There is no exception. Under article 19 clause 3 says that certain restrictions can be imposed, therefore subject to certain restrictions, and but these shall not be such as provided by law or law and are necessary. These restrictions should be provided by the law. Otherwise, restriction cannot be imposed. It means what are the restrictions as 10 words you have seen where under Article 19 clause 2 restrictions are there. We have discussed a lot about it by citing some judgment, latest judgment of 2020 and one of the famous judgment of the 10 January, that is the known as the Anuradha Bhasin's case, a very wide judgment of the full bench of Supreme Court. So it says that Article 19 clause 3 of International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights says that exception means the restriction can be imposed, but for that purpose there should be a law made by appropriate legislature. It is a direction to those countries